Someone asked me the question the other day, what's the difference between punch needle embroidery and punch needle rug hooking? And I would say the biggest difference would be the materials that you're going to use. So if you are out there searching for either or, you want to know what to look for. So here's a quick video on what the difference is. So with punch needle embroidery, you're going to be utilizing embroidery floss. So here's some DMC embroidery floss. You're going to use a needle this one's called the Ultra Punch needle. It's really the best. I've seen some in craft stores. Don't waste your money on them. They don't work very well. This is by far, in my opinion, the best. It comes with a threader and 2 more needles. And then you want to have weaver's cloth for your backing. So once you get all your materials, you've decided what pattern you wanted, then you can create designs with your embroidery floss. So in my Etsy shop, I made little coaster kits. I had these little kits where I sold all the pieces. People would buy those and they loved making them. And so that is punch needle embroidery. Okay, here's another one that I made too, a little heart. That's not my design, that was someone else's. So again, weaver's cloth, embroidery floss, ultra punch needle for punch needle embroidery. Then I decided I wanted to make some bigger pieces that utilize yarn, and so I moved over to punch needle rug hooking. Did all my research there and found out that that backing is called monk's cloth. When you buy monk's cloth, it's going to come like this cut. Could start fraying very easily on you, so you want to tape those edges or serge them. Our kits come with the edges serged, so people don't have to worry about that. Another backing fabric that you could do with punch needle rug hooking is a primitive linen. It has a really pretty aesthetic value, but it's not as forgiving, so you probably want to have more experience with punch needle before you move on to primitive linen. So when you start off with your monk's cloth, you're also going to use a yarn, and there are so many types of yarn out there. You want to stay away from really smooth yarns. They're not going to stay in the monk's cloth for you as well. And if you're making a big piece like a rug, you really want to use wool yarn. So this wool yarn is from Wackadoo Yarns. This is Seal Harbor Rug Company. These are both yarns that I've purchased to make pillows for my daughter-in-laws, or bigger pieces, just personal pieces for me. The needles then that you would use would be, my choice is the Oxford needle. So with a Wackadoo yarn, you can tell it's just a little thinner yarn. It would go well with the number 13 mini with heels. It's got this little eye hook in the back. And we just thread it through the hole. Whoa. Try that again. Thread it through the hole, and then you just want that yarn to go down in the channel, just like so, and you're ready to punch. The other one is a number 10, and Amy will tell you, even in her book, the different sizes and what size you should use. She's got a really pretty pillow pattern in there too I want to try to make. And both of these companies are featured in her book. They're both really reputable companies. And so the number 10 works well with this. And you see the little channel here makes it really easy to keep that beveled edge moving in the direction that you're punching. That's the big key. So you use that channel as your guide. Whatever side the channel is, that's the beveled edge side. With our kits, you're going to get a basic needle because people are usually just starting out. They don't want to spend a bunch of money on a kit. So our kits will come with a basic punch needle. It has a beveled edge, but there's no line to mark it because these are threaded with a threader. So we ask you to draw a little line on there with your Sharpie, and that way you know as you're punching what direction you're going. Another needle you can buy too for punch needle rug hooking are these adjustable needles that they sell on Amazon. So our kits don't come with wool yarn, they just come with acrylic yarn. We're making smaller pieces and they're usually wall hangings, or you can make them into a pillow if you want to. So when you're done, you'll have essentially what looks like a little rug, okay? This is the side you're working from. This is the flat stitch side. So when you're punching, You want those flat stitches to be nice and even, and then you'll end up with a cute little design that looks like a small miniature rug. So again, the biggest difference would be the materials and then your finished product because of the materials that you used. So I hope that helps. Just remember, the biggest difference between punch needle embroidery and punch needle rug hooking are the backing fabrics, the types of yarn or thread you're using, and the types of needles that you're using. So always check that out before you purchase anything, that it's what you're looking for. Hope that helps.